I
Good
like the
evening, good
tunes. I
afternoon,
do.
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to High Top Golf. By golly, we're getting spoiled, boys. I mean, two fantastic finishes back to back. But this one, I mean, look, some of you may not like this. Much better. You
It
can't
was.
look outside of what was at stake. This one was incredible. This was a picture story finish. It was stuff you write a movie type of finish. It was beautiful. We'll talk about it. And Keegan Bradley solidified my hate for JJ Spawn. Like, he just reminded me of why I was right last week. I was so pumped. I was like, I'm not crazy. Keegan Bradley provided what you should when you win a tournament. And this, it wasn't even a major, just a tournament on a Sunday. We'll get into it. But man, what a finish. Horrible for Fleetwood. I mean, there's like, if it would have happened to JJ Spawn, I would have been just through the moon, okay? But Fleetwood's one of my guys that I love. Who doesn't love Tommy Fleetwood, though? Like, genuinely, who doesn't love? Like, we're all wanting Tommy to get the big win. But when I saw Keegs on that leaderboard, I go, you know what? We all know how Keegs felt during that swing thing on Netflix when he got picked, when Zach Johnson picked all of his buddies and didn't want to win the Ryder Cup or whatever it was. And so Keegs is he's been around. And he's American, right? So there's that little bit of like USA vibe there too, that we want those boys to be in good headspaces right now. I love the fact that he came just nut to butt right there, ice in the veins, and bro, when he stuck it, I go, this guy wants it. And then he whips out the zero gravity Odyssey putter. I was like, he's not missing that son of a gun, because that thing is a cheat code, boys. And by golly, was it a cheat code? How about a finish?
Yeah, I mean, it was. It had all the makings. Like, I thought this was the best finish of the year of any tournament, honestly. Like it all mattered because if you start back at hole 15, Keegan looked like he was almost out of it. I mean, it's a drivable par 4, hits in the bunker. He's 45 yards away, which is one of the hardest golf shots in the world. And he comes up 40 feet short, and you're like, oh, he's dead. And Keegan's all he did was sink it, make birdie. And then the next hole, he sticks it to 14 feet on the par 3. Fleetwood hits it over, bogeys. Keegan misses his putt, but he's still within one. They both par 17, and then they get to 18, and all the magic happened.
Let's break it down. Let's for the ones that are were under a rock yesterday. You get two great tee shots from Fleetwood and Keegan, right? And you know this thing. Like, my thing, I was like, this didn't come down to the second shot. Like, that's what I knew. Henley, who was minus 13. So you have Henley at minus 13, Keegan at 14, Fleetwood at 15. Henley has to birdie to have a chance, right? To just kind of somewhat put himself into an opportunity to get things done. Obviously, hope Fleetwood messes up. Keegan has an opportunity to actually still beat, tie, of course, if because we're all smooth Fleetwood for pars. That's just how this thing works. He parred it all 3 days. Two phenomenal drives down the middle. I was like, okay, it's gonna be a second shot hole, which I already knew that it was. Henley hits it into the rough. I was like, okay, let's just quit showing this guy. We're done here. He hits his second shot off the green in the rough. I go, quit showing me this guy. I don't care. Fleetwood steps up, 147. And when I saw, I was like, that's probably like 147 left. I was like, it's a little pitching wedge for the kid. All right. And I was like, sweet spot right there. I mean, 147 is juicy for Papa. He leaves it short. Leaves it just.
Well, he had a 9. He had a 9. He went back to the bag. He had the 9 in his hand. He went back to the bag, and he took the wedge. Yes.
Try to get cute.
And you talk about a huge mistake.
Yeah. So, listen, 147. I mean, I'm getting pitching wedges there all day long. I probably, it just depends on how I'm hitting that day, to be honest with you. But leaves it short. Leaves it about we're talking what, a good like 50, 60 footer. Now, if it was JJ, he would have made it, but that's besides the point. And then we get 137. I was like, oh, that's Daddy's gap wedge. That's my gap wedge. I'm like, that's the sweet spot. 137. That's I can just grip it. I don't have to think about it. I can just let her rip. And by golly, man, Keegs, all crunched up over the ball, 137, just delivers.
Well, Keegs hit a 9. I'm pretty sure.
I'm saying I would hit gap. 9. I would hit a gap.
But
he hit a little punch down.
My guess is he hit a 3-finger 9, and he said when he hit it, he knew he flushed it because he said, "Come on, baby," and he stuck it. And not only that, like my buddy, it's funny you mentioned the Henley thing because Henley's in the rough, and my buddy goes, you know what, Henley, just hit the ball. Like this thing's over. Like who cares, Henley? Like what's the difference between T4 and T3? And then he chipped it in. And I'm like, oh,
I'm
and
going nuts because
everything
now I'm
changed.
like,
It was
oh,
wild.
okay, he's got a chance, right? And then Fleetwood duffs his putt, leaves it behind Keegan. I go, oh no.
Yeah, that was huge. That was it. That was the game because I said if he misses, you give these guys a read within 5 feet, they
Oh,
have no shot of missing that putt. And he missed it. I said this thing's over, and Keegan put it right in the heart. I mean, it
oh,
wasn't even a sweat.
his little old man jump. I loved it. Like just like the kitty jump, dude. Like he like just skipped out of his shoes when he made it, which was awesome. But yeah, Henley chipping it in to go to 14. I was like, we got ourselves a show. We might have a 3-way tie here, which I wouldn't have hated either. But man, shoot one. Henley shot 1 under for the day. One hell of a way to finish 1 under. But yeah, Tommy duffs it and then duffs it again, and then I mean just horrible, like the worst possible guy. Like it's like him and Tony Finau. Like those are the 2 worst guys to go down that way.
I love Tommy. Man, I want him to win, and I did. Like Kings is my guy though, and like I do want Tommy to win. Tommy is a good dude, and you just see that puts a lot of work in his game. He's got the most top tens on tour without a victory. It's incredible. And I like Tommy a lot, but like you know what this was? This looks like what's going to happen at the Ryder Cup. We're gonna have a little showdown, and it was the Euro versus the USA, and he delivers, and then that's what you want. And Keegan might be the best captain we've had, and we haven't even started this thing. Like I love
Dude,
the guy. I think he's awesome.
that's
Right
what.
into
So
it. I mean,
here's like the fact of like how it's all played out with a couple years ago with the situation with Zach Johnson, and now we've got this, and he's the team captain. And you and I were just talking 2 weeks ago. Does he pick himself to play? Guy's number 9 in the FedEx Cup right now, absolutely just on a burner. He's feeling himself. And again, as I started at the start of the show, that's how you celebrate a victory. This guy was going nuts. He body checked his caddy. He say, "Come on, boys, come on!" He's firing up people. His son runs up. He's throwing him into the air. You would have thought he just won the Masters. I was like, that's how you celebrate when you win a dang golf tournament. And look, you can't say JJ just walked into it on the Sunday. No, the buddy drained a 70-footer. Like, look, he threw his putter. He had some life, but then it kind of just like fizzled away. Did you see all the drama with like him and his wife not liking each other? Did you see all
I totally missed all that, but
Bro, it was I felt the same way. It was a really weird interaction between the 2 of them. I was like, these people don't like each other. Like there's just something going on here. And then, bro, the rumors that were flying of like JJ hates his wife. She made him get up at the crack of dawn to go get his daughter medicine. Like it was hilarious. I was like, it did seem very weird, this relationship. But I kind of took it, and I saw some takes on this too, is if he just you didn't know how to take in the moment, which is fair to say too. But man,
yeah, for sure.
Keegan's awesome. I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, the easiest money you can go make is put everything you want on the USA in the Ryder Cup right now. They're minus 145 to win. They are not losing with that guy at the helm. I can
Oh,
tell you that. I mean,
we
this dude he's captain, buddy. He embraces it. He's just walking. It's USA everywhere he walks, and he
yeah.
just embraces it. It's great. It's great. It's great TV. I love it.
No, it's one of those things where you need a guy like this for a tournament like this. Rory embodies it very well on the Euro side. I mean, he just swallows it. Bryson does a great job too, but obviously Bryson's still in his younger days. But it's especially right now with all the crap that's going on in the world, you need a little bit of this. The USA, like I love events like this when you bring everyone together. But let's talk about this USA team and just kind of the USA players. Jordan Thomas had himself a good day today. Right, yeah, good day today.
Yep.
Rough day
Yeah, just
yesterday. Kind of took himself out of contention. Scotty, I thought, took himself out of contention, but then fires off a 5 under along with Roy today. And listen, let's be honest. We were all there. 11 hole. We got Scotty at 5 under or at 12 under. I go, our guys got a chance to come firing down the lane here. And look, I don't think he could have got to 15. Well, he could have because he was at, I think, like hole 15, I think, at 11 under, or hole 14 at 12 under. So he technically could have fired off 3 more birdies and got to where he needed to be. I was pulling for him. For sure. Again, another top 10 finish for Scotty. Just quietly get it done.
Yeah, I mean, Scotty took himself out of contention in round 3. It was probably one of the worst rounds of golf I've ever seen him play. He shot 72. He opened with a triple. But yeah, I get it. You're laughing, but it was one of the worst rounds of golf I've ever seen. literally, he opened with a triple bogey. He
I
was
know.
116 yards away and made a 7. So, that had to be the worst hole that Scotty Scheffler's ever played because me and you wouldn't have made a 7 from 116 yards.
Yeah, that guy
So,
sucks.
you know,
That guy's a bum.
I'm just saying, like, on a day where they were scoring, he took himself out with a 72.
Yeah.
I mean, there was 8 unders fired everywhere on Thursday or on Saturday, and he did not shoot a good score. Today was a little tougher. It was a little more windy. The greens were a little bouncier, a little more firm, and the conditions were a little more were tougher. But that's always on a day 4 because they don't water the greens. The sun and when the winds blow in and it dries them out. But it wasn't tough. Tommy shot 2 over today. Like you cannot win. You don't deserve to win when you shoot
No.
over par in the final day and you're up by 3. I mean, you have to play better. And you kind of saw it coming down the stretch because if you go back and you look at some of his shots, like he doesn't get up and down on that par 3 when he hit it over the green. He actually had a 20-footer on 17, and he blew it by about 6 feet. I mean, the comebacker was not easy. And then once again, he leaves his putt short on 18. And not only did he leave it short, he left it right where Keegan was to show Keegan what to do. So that was a double whammy. And that was, that was the end of it. But man,
Dagger.
it's a
Goes through the round of the
great
day.
week.
Ty?
Gotta think. Only think. I know 8 under was out there. Harris
No.
English?
Nope. 7 under.
7. It wasn't Harris English.
No. He was 5.
JJ Spawn. It was JJ Spawn because now I remember. Yes, it was JJ
Oh,
Spawn.
JJ.
He,
Oh,
he did
JJ.
come back with vengeance just for you. It was like
Uh,
hey Sean, you gonna talk all this smack? Watch this. Shoots a smooth 63.
stand by what I say. I'm still standing by what I say. How'd our picks do for fantasy? Or
Well,
how'd your picks
I
do, I
made
guess?
$500 because of Keegan. Keegan was my guy. I had
Okay.
Keegan. I had Scotty. Yeah. I had Keegs. I had Scotty. A couple other guys played really, really bad today. A couple sleepers. I had Max Grazerman didn't make one birdie all day.
Mm,
He
mm.
shot 4 over. It was not a good day for him. Alex Noren, he played what? I mean, he just, he's a grinder. He played okay. We made $500. So, I mean, it wasn't a bad week. Keegan made us some money. I was very happy about it. We're good to go.
W then. I mean, that's if you're in the green, it's always good. Except in golf, you want to be in the red. But let's moving on to next week. Who we liking for the Rocket Classic in Detroit?
You know, I looked at I haven't really looked at the field yet. I don't know how tough it's going to be. I mean, coming out for U.S. Open, and you're going to come off of. Y- we have a U.S. Open coming off of. We have um, a
Travelers.
signature event they're coming
Yeah.
off of. I can't imagine the field's that tough.
This is a sleeper one for sure because then you got
So
the
I haven't
John Deere
really looked, but
Classic
if I had
headed
to
into the
guess, Taylor Pendrith.
yeah,
Yeah,
these
it's
next
kind of a
couple of
dead,
weeks are kind of a
dead.
snooze fest. This Guinness Scottish Open should be good. The John Deere Classic's kind of a fun one, but we're kind of I would say skidding into the British Open for sure. That's going to be the Open, I should say. That's going to be probably the definitely the pinpoint, the focus. Again, Genesis and the John Deere, those are usually pretty solid ones. But yeah, we've been spoiled though with golf, so I can take a couple weeks off.
Yeah, yeah, coming down the stretch, you're going to see some of the guys that are like on the brink of the FedEx Cup and like trying to make it in to keep their cards, or some of the people that are trying to break into the top 70, things like that. So like these tournaments are important for the upper guys. They're not that important. They'll probably be more focusing their attention towards going overseas and getting acclimated to the time change and going they're going to play the Scottish Open because it gets them some
Yeah.
link style golf, and then they'll get ready for the Open. But these other guys trying to make it over there, big spot for them. There might be a couple guys that play in Detroit this week. I think Taylor Pendrith loves this place. He's a pick that I would love to see. I'm pretty sure he's in the field. He likes it here. So if I was picking somebody at the moment and I looked at the field, I would probably pick Taylor Pendrith. Um, but we'll see. Well, I have to look at the field, look a little deeper, and see if it's a little tougher.
Yeah, we'll see how it all shakes up. But again, I think that Virginia Scottish Open will be fun to watch just because, again, it'll be a similar feel to headed into the Open. So, kind of give us an idea of where these guys' heads are at and give us a little bit of a taste on how they're playing that particular style. Again, a links course. I try to kind of play that game of like how somebody feeling, how somebody looking. I tried it with Bryson and it backfired. So you never know. Look, it just you think about it, how our golf games go from week to week, from day to day. These golfers, they suffer from it for us too. The variation isn't maybe as great as ours are, but they definitely have their day to day and week to week variations for sure. We've been seeing it for a couple weeks now.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I can take from when Scotty shot a 72 the other day was his baby kept him up all night. I mean, there's no other explanation. Like, that's all I
Yeah,
got.
yeah. For the first 2 days, how he played to come out and do that, and then go back to it's like what was going on? Like, how do you have
Baby
just
Bennett, buddy, he was dialed in over there. Whatever he was, he kept him up all night.
it is funny how you just again the 2 days and then you just kind of just JT too in a similar way. So Fleetwood just I think got the nerves to him, but Keegan showing that poise on the stretch, massive stuff, massive stuff. Hoping Jason Day was gonna play a little better. He kind of got cool at the end, but he's looking much better, which is good. I love Jason Day. He's great for golf.
Yeah, I mean, Jason Day, he burned a lot of edges this week. He had opportunities to score. I mean, he hit good putts. They just did not go in for him. And that's tough. It happens sometimes. Keegan, this tournament to him is like a major. This is hometown. This is where he's from.
Yeah,
Everyone loves it. He plays this
he has a
course
record,
every
right?
single year.
The course.
Yeah, he holds the course record. Well, Jim Furyk holds the course record at a 58, but the total score record is owned by Keegan, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So glad that he was able to dial it in there and notch it up. It was cool. Great event, great energy. And winning in front of your home crowd's always fun like that. But yeah, great weekend, great back-to-back weekends. Like I said, we would spoil in a way. I've kind of complained for a little bit now that Liv is taken with taking some of these big names away. We didn't have a true smooth transition from one generation to the next, and it kind of had a little bit of a lull. This year has been great for golf. I think all around. I think that we've just and again, what my point of it is that you want names, you want guys with notoriety up there that carry some swagger, that carry the ability to get it done, and it feels like that look, these names aren't new, but everybody's healthy, everybody's playing at a fiery level, and it's competitive, and we're not just kind of a bunch of randos up there. So golf's in a really healthy place right now, and I kind of like it to kind of suck the life out of Live. I know some people. It's kind of crazy, man. Liv's getting some traction. I'm kind of surprised. There is a whole fan base out there that love what Liv is doing and love the the team aspect of it. I'm not a fan. I don't know if I ever will be.
Yeah, I'm not like super huge on it. And you know what else is like? There's rumors floating around that these contracts are coming to an end, and some of these guys might be headed back to the tour. I don't know how true that is. It's all rumors, all speculation. But they got a new commish. Jay Monahan's on the way out. This is going to be an interesting year or over the next year because he's done in 2026. He's resigning or whatever he's doing. He's already got his predecessor, but this is going to be interesting because, like I said, a lot of these contracts are coming to an end. How do they change the things in the PGA? Do they try to get rid of Liv? Do they try to come together with Liv? Do they, what happens? And with Monahan on the way out, I mean, it's a whole new echelon of things going to happen. So golf's going to be very interesting over the next couple of years.
All right, let's take a look at who is expiring here, and then let's talk about it for just a quick second because I do think this is interesting here to talk about because I know that Bryson was asked about it recently. I think it was at the Open. So Bryson Brooks is expiring alongside Dustin Johnson, and John Rahm's contract is no longer is a longer term deal reporting through 2028. So I think Rahm would come back personally, but Bryson seemed very adamant about going back. Seemed very adamant of like, yeah, we're gonna work something out because I think he has positioned himself as the top dog. He kind of is
Oh
really
yeah.
taken in of like, here's an opportunity. I took the money, but I'm also gonna sell myself to where I'm worth more. And look, it works for Bryson. If out of anybody of these guys, Bryson maximizes that free time better than anybody because of what he goes and does and with his content creation. And I think enjoys it much more. I don't think he really cares about playing in these signature events. I really don't, because he keeps himself well composed. These challenges that he tries to do with breaking 50 and breaking the course record at random courses, like they're his own little challenges that I think are genuinely helping him in his own unique way. I think Brooks comes back. I think with what we saw, how Brooks was at the Open, him talking about how he got into it with his coach and how his coach kind of just laid into him. I think Brooks is trying to overcome it, starting to turn a leaf here, realizing he has some time left. No more the injuries are behind him now. Now, with having a kid, the wife, I know that they all enjoy him being open more, so that's going to be something to take into consideration. They're in a shot hell. DJ is coming back. That man is off to the sunset, boys. Him and all his old
Oh
lady.
yeah.
He's not going anywhere.
Oh, Paulina, they're collecting paychecks and just living it up, buddy. I mean, not that they need money. I mean, you're Wayne Gretzky's daughter. I mean, like, how much money do you guys need? I get it though. As I sit back and I look, like, if there's we say that like PGA tried to make Rory the face of the PGA. If there was a face for Live, it's Bryson. There's
Yeah.
no getting around it. And if they lose Bryson, they lose the tour. I'm just telling you, they cannot lose Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah, people
They
love him.
have to find it. Yeah, you need him. Live wants to survive. They have to keep Bryson DeChambeau.
And that's where look, the PGA can see that and say, "Hey, we want to, shot through the like I don't know if they can compete from a financial standpoint, but maybe with the new commissioner, they come in and say, "Hey, we'll allow for you to not have to play in so many tournaments." That could be the move.
Yeah,
That could be the move.
and like I said, a lot of things can change with a new face. So, like, who knows what's going to happen? And I think Brooks also might come back. And the reason I think he might come back is he's starting to realize, like, they don't play tough enough courses throughout the year. So when they get to these tough venues like Oakmont and stuff, they're not really acclimated with it. I mean, it's a golf course or whatever, but like, you have to be challenged at some point during the season. And if you go look, Scotty, they play the Memorial before the US Open, and that's a tough task. I mean, that is a challenging golf course. And I think it acclimates them to getting ready for the next, the U.S. Opens and the tough golf courses that they play. I
There,
think it's a
there is
big,
something to say to that. I
big
mean, I
step.
definitely can find myself getting caught in a rut where I'll go play courses I feel comfortable navigating around. Queens Harbor is one that I can't stand, and it's because it just gets under my skin. I mean, it's not like that I forget how to play golf. It's a tougher course. The greens, the way that I mean, it's not Oakmont, but it's my Oakmont because it butchers me. I can't stand it. I'm shooting 87, 95 every time, and I can go fire 77, 76 on pretty much in a lot of places. Queen Harbor has my number. There's a part of me that wants to get back out there. I get that kind of fury, like, all right, let's go kill it. And like my whole five, I'm like, this is stupid. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that hard of a track either. It's just, I don't know, the greens, like I just haven't been conditioned well. So yeah, it plays a factor, but good stuff. It was definitely something like, again, this year is exciting with how it's shaping up to be with the Open, how the FedEx Cup is going to have some excitement to it. Obviously, it's going to close with the Ryder Cup, and then we're going to have this drama here. So it's going to be a great 2025 year for golf in general. But we'll wrap it up here, boys and girls. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. As always, smash the like button, subscribe. That's Ty. I'm Shell. Until next time, peace and love, baby.